Alright, so we were at... what's this, my turn, I think? Was it my turn or your turn? Red Russians, post-weather.
Yep.
Right. Ooh, cool. Well, let's just get right into it. Oh, alright. That's what I'm gonna change. CC goes to melee. And pins come off. Because I always forget pins for some reason. Alright, I've got... That guy's broken. This guy's broken. I'm going to attempt to self-rally EE8. Seems like the better option. Alright, cool. It's a heat of battle. So 9. They will not be able to berserk, so I guess there's that as a positive. 9, they were broken, +1, so 10. I'm considered Russian, so 12. 12 plus, there's nobody to surrender to. That guy isn't fanatic. I forget if that just means he re-breaks and disrupts. Let's see here. Become broken if not already and disrupted in this manner. Surrender as if they share the same location. Only disrupted instead. Alright, cool. So they go back to that and disrupted. I will attempt to rally the squad in X8. That is bueno. And that's it for my stuff.
Can you rally if adjacent?
Oh yeah. As long as your guy has self-rally or rally potential, yeah.
Alright, then I think the only one I have is W4.
Mm-hmm.
So that's with leader. But that's a no. Technically the DM comes off, but it's going to go right back on.
Yeah. Same with Z4. Like it would normally, it might come off, but he's going to start in open ground. So.
I don't think anything's broken that I would like to repair.
I don't think anything's broken, period. It's an anomaly.
Yep. So, I
prefer. Alright, what do I want to prefer? That I don't think causes any issues. CC8 will shoot at U4, which should be clear, and it's range 8. Perfect. So it's a flat 4. 8 out of 4 might be a PTC. No, miss. But I have rate of fire, so I'll shoot again. Get the same thing and no rate.
Alright, sounds good.
The machine guns in Z8 will shoot at the encircled guys in the building. So it's a 8 up 3, I think. Yeah, 3. Same thing, no hits. Yeah. X4 will shoot at X3 for 12 up 1. Jesus. That breaks the LMG. actually don't know if those guys could see each other. So. I'm gonna attempt a 4-up-2 shot from V8 to W7. All right, what am I? My dice suck today. That was a bad sign. I'm gonna straighten to move. We'll do the easy one. Team 10 is just going to go off board. And I'll just keep them there. Label them as prisoner guards. Toss that over there. I can't bypass that. Alright, DD2 loses CX. Goes to CC2 for 2.
Okay.
And BB1 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then AA1 for 4.
The unit that's in there will fire at them.
Okay.
So that's going to be, we'll have a leader direct, so 6 minus 6 flat. 6 flat.
6 down 1. It's not assault movement. Or not assault movement. 7 on 6.
7 on 6
NMC.
is NMC, yeah.
It breaks.
Just so I remind myself, I suspect that's probably not proper stacking, but...
Yeah, no, that's fine. Technically, there's nothing that says, like, you had... the only stacking restrictions, I guess is what I would call it, is you just need to have it so that you know who's carrying what.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of the stacking, this is just me being pedantic, but some of the stacking stuff just seems a little bit weird to me.
Yeah,
At least
enough.
the way Vassal handles it is just a little bit odd.
Oh, yeah. So this guy will turn for 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Oops. I have to fit one to 7. And then
Go gadget wagon.
And then I'm basically stuck there because I can't bypass. I don't need to grab that. Hero in Y5 is going to assault move to Y4.
All right.
Boy, how much do I trust myself for a really bad decision? I could do that. R8 is going to lose CX. The squad's going to go to R7 for 1.
Okay.
It's a R6 for 3.
Okay.
And S6 for 4.
All right. Well, we'll fire them there.
Mm-hmm.
As I am sure. Well, I can't climb. Weird. Okay. Trying to get assaulted with the rock. All right. So that is going to be a 10 flat, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Six on 10 is 1 MC.
All right. I can't roll under a 9. That's sick. I get 1, 2, and then only nothing. The CX task squad will lose CX, goes to T7 for 1.
All right.
2 into U7.
Mm-hmm.
3 into U6.
Mm-hmm.
4 into T5.
Can I fire at them? That's a good, excellent question there.
You should be able to.
U4.
From U4, yeah.
All right, we'll fire at them from U4. So that is going to be 3 flat again, I think.
Yes.
Okay. So 4 on 3 is a 1 MC.
My God, sniper.
There you go. Everybody's sniper.
I'd rather not trigger your sniper.
Yeah, that's all right.
Cool.
One, right? I believe.
Yes. So half, and then there's no hindrance. The 8-1 leader in R8 goes to R7 for 1.
Alrighty.
R6 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then S7, or sorry, R6 for 3, and then S7 for 5.
Okay. Come on up, LMG team in the Rebel.
Yep. They burnt CX, so they can CX. They go to S8 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
R7 for 2. 4. And then 6 into S7.
Okay.
Works. Sure, why not? V6 will go to U6 for 1.
Alright.
U5 for 2.
Okie dokie.
T4 for 4.
Alright.
X5 to W6 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Into V6 for 2.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys are 1 movement point forward, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 1 movement factor. Slip it.
I'm trying to see if I remember this correctly. Okay, yeah, I'm allowed to do that. Cool. W8 is going to assault move into V7, specifically to get into the shell.
Oh, what is it? Is it a hindrance? What's the effect?
Shell holes are like a +1 or something. Hold on, let me see if I can even find the, some destroy shell. Yeah, it's just a +1. So if you pay more than 1 MF, you go straight into the shell hole. So it's just a way to kind of give yourself a little bit of extra protection.
Got you. Yeah. Okay. What's going on here? Yeah, we'll fire at them. Just for giggles.
Okay.
So it's 6, 12. Leader directed. It's encircled. Give them a -1.
You get a +1 to the shot. So against the guy in the shell hole, it's +1 TEM for the shell hole. There's assault movement. It's not open ground because it's shell hole, and encircled is a +1. So it's a 12 up 2.
Yeah. So 12 up 2. Nothing.
Oh, wow.
I guess I can drop that on there just for giggles, but it's gonna come off right away.
Yeah.
I should have fired the other guy, but oh well, life goes on.
God, I've been staring at this one guy trying to figure out how I want to sacrifice him. And I think I have to do that. Y5 goes to Z4 as a normal move for 2.
Sorry, you know what? I realized I was on mute. My apologies. Z1, the machine gun there, medium, the MMG there will fire at you as you move in. Was that an assault move or a regular move?
It's a regular move.
Okay, so that is going to be 4.
So it's up 1 for height advantage. And if I remember correctly, height advantage takes out.
Yeah, it's
movement
it's
open
hindrance basically. So yeah,
so it's a flat 4.
4 flat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank
Nothing,
God.
and I break it. Yay.
That was the one thing I was hoping for. And they will continue to AA4 into the Sangar just for protection for 4. Actually, I think it's 4. I think Sangar is +1 on movement.
Yeah, let me see. Anybody else? No. Okay. The gun on U1 will fire at you as you move in.
Okay.
So, well, let's see. I wonder if I'm going to be blocked.
No, that'll be a straight shot.
Yeah. I remember we had that weirdness with the orchards.
Oh yeah, well it's because it's higher. That's why.
Yeah. It's a bizarre little shot there. Okay. So I have low ammo, which means my break number is lower. Let us see. Range is what, 6? Okay. Infantry 8. Do I have any fire-based stuff?
There shouldn't be any fire-based stuff. I think it's all.
Yeah, it's all on your end.
Target. So Sangar is +1 for TM.
You are not a dashing infantry, so
there is a -1 for non-assault movement. So it should just be a flat shot, I think.
Yep. I don't have anything else going on, so yep. There you go. So flat shot needing an 8 at that range. I think. Yeah. Yep.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. And that's a 76 mil, so that's 14 firepower. So rolling on the IFT. 6 on 14 is going to be a 2MC.
I can't stop breaking, god damn it.
have rate. You can fire at anybody, basically, right?
No, because we're in the movement phase.
Oh, right. Yes, sorry. But they're not marked. Are they marked first fire?
No.
No. Okay.
No, you can keep them on whatever.
Yep.
I think that's gonna be it for movement. So defensive fire.
Alrighty then. Let's see. The 76 will open up at good old Corporal Gentulga.
All right.
For fun. Because he is well up. Make sure. Oh, no, I'm blocked. But let me see if I break the gun. Yes, I do.
Oh, right, because the woods.
Uh-huh. Oh, well. Alright. So, guys out of commission. We... I don't really have anyone else to fire at, I don't think. So everybody else is either already in melee or it's doing funky crap. X3 will fire at X4.
Okay.
So that is going to be 6 up 1, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Well. So, the machine gun in T6, can they fire at you? Even though I fired at S6 or S6 earlier, can I fire at S7?
Oh yeah. T6 has no restrictions in the next phase. The only thing would be it has to be adjacent because he's first fired.
Yeah. Okay, so he is going to fire, so that's going to be a 5 flat, I believe.
Yep. All right, now your dice are cursed.
Yep. Oh well. Here we go. It's going to be a dead dude. The guys in the building will fire at V6 for fun.
Okay.
So they are at 6 up 2.
2, yeah.
That's
PTC.
8 on 6. PTC, yeah. Right. Pass, of course.
That's where I get it. It wouldn't matter. It's a fortified building, so I can't have hands.
Yeah. Yeah, but my goal now is to inflict casualties at this point.
Yeah.
So, okay, yes. U4 will fire at T4.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 3 flat.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I don't think the MMG in T1 can actually see anybody. Or no. Yeah, no.
You could shoot at. I guess I should have prep fired. You could shoot T1 to W5 if you're fine with shooting at your own guys.
Yeah, no, we'll save that for later. I have a feeling that crew is going to be dead, so yes, but we'll see. All right, yeah, that's it for defensive fire. So ready.
Cool. Let's do. Oops. Let's do that. S7 to T6. So it's a 5 plus 2. Yeah, 5 up 2. Thankfully, the leader prevents that, but 8. Pin test check. Wait, hold on. I think I screwed this up again. Where's the... You guys are Red Russians. Do I get assault fire on Red Russians? Or am I thinking of Mongolians again?
I think it's the Mongolians that get assault fire.
Yeah, it's probably them.
Could be wrong though.
Let's figure out, double check. Yeah, I think it's the case. All right, cool. I'm not messing that up. Good. That's like the worst thing you can do is like if you're given assault fire, you really need to abuse it. All right. So that's advanced fired. T4 will return the favor to U4. Okay. So that's 3. They cower to 2. It's a +1. So it's 3 on 2 is a 1 MC.
Wouldn't they cower to 1.5?
No, you just cower to the next lower like major column. It's not half.
So 1 MC?
Yeah. Right. I'll take it.
And they're gonna die.
FT. I'm actually really curious. Column shifts. What was your standard? Which are marked on the IFT. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I thought. I don't think it won't change anything for this roll, but I gotta remember or do like a reminder. So how cowering works on the IIFT is that you would go to whatever column you would have used if you weren't using IIFT and then go left from there. So instead of going down to 2, it beat down to the 1. Now it's still the same results regardless, but I have to try and internalize that at some point.
That seems needlessly complex.
But yeah,
I guess this is advanced squad. So.
It definitely feels more punishing in a way for that. Oh, right, I'm Red Russians. I can fire group. Duh. Okay, V6 and V7 will fire group against W7. So that is 6 of 3. Alright, that's a miss. I had my hopes up real high for that. And I have no other shots. Route phase. Alright, how do I have to route here? Let's do the simple one. AA1 has to route away, so he goes to BB1, stays there. Can he see woods? He can. Z4 has to route to Z5. What's the closest for this guy? He can't see there. So the next closest one is 2, 3. Can't go there because he's adjacent. That's not good order. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sanger guy is gonna stay put.
No, because he's adjacent to an enemy unit.
Well, but it's in melee, right?
I don't think that would matter. I think only broken units you'd be able to stay adjacent.
No. So like DD2 maybe.
Yeah, I think it's
or
you can't go to
forest, I guess, somewhere over there.
So I could technically I think I have to pick DD2 just because it's the closest, and you always have to pick the closest. And as long as I can get there without doing anything bad, it shouldn't be an issue. So he routes to BB4.
I think you're clear about until you hit DD3 or CC3, whichever way you go. Well, DD4.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'd be able to go to CC3 because whatever. Let's go to DD3. I'm actually gonna take off these, as we should. Your can I do that in any other way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so technically I can go BB4, CC5, DD4, EE4. That's 4, 5, 6. Although I think I have to stay here when I get there, Because otherwise I'm getting closer to Z1.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, I figured you'd have to go back somewhere over that way.
Now this guy is interesting since he can technically
He can
like
get to R8, I believe.
so he can't see it is the problem. Um, I think he can technically see U4 and your guy's pin.
You know,
So
he could. I'm broken in U4, so I don't think they count. He's not good order. So I think he can go to S5, right? Because you can't see the medium machine gun up over yonder, and he can't see the gun either because of the forest. I think.
yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Because it's the issue is that it's a known armed enemy unit. Because that doesn't distinguish between if they're good order or not. So because he can see, or at least he should be able to see, yeah. So because he can see, I think the only paths I can take would be from S6 to whatever woods are here. So I think I have to designate them.
Can you bypass through there though?
Actually, you know what? I forget if they can bypass.
Yeah, that would be the only question because I think he'd have to bypass.
Oh yeah, it
the
can
woods and the
bypass.
hill. Oh, good.
It can. Yeah. Okay. So you can use. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, I think I know why. That's weird. So, because so it's just the routing example, the big one, just says you can use row house bypass, but in routing it says broken units may not use bypass. So I think it's because it's a feature of row houses that you like technically have to bypass. So, all right. So, oops, that's not what I want to do. So he will go to R5 as a regular move.
Okay, is he subject to interdiction from my pinned unit in T6?
No, because he's pinned. Because you can't be interdicted by anything that would essentially modify the attack. So pins, hindrance, etc.
Okay, the other question I would have is he visible from the MMG then? I don't think so because of the woods, but...
So, as soon as it gets to R5, yes, he can see that.
Well, I don't know. That's like the height would seem to say. Can I LOS it?
Yeah, well, you got to do a free LOS check anyways, because then it determines distance and what have you. So he can continue to. I don't want to mark that off board because otherwise it's impossible to verify. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's not closer, and he doesn't have LOS anymore. And the gun in U1 is broken.
Yep.
But it means
curse that damn height advantage.
Yeah. Then it just means that he's
a cop out.
Yeah, well, I get it.
Running along the top of the ridge of a hill. Woo! Don't shoot at me because I'm higher than you.
Well, that's assuming everybody's at the lip of the hill.
Well, I mean, you're. Doesn't matter. You're running along the top of the hill, not really thinking about it. You're broken. You know.
Oh well, yeah. For broken guys, sure. I think that's all my routes. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. U4 goes away because they can't retreat.
W4 has to route.
I think they have to route back toward T1.
Yeah, they can't go to U5 since it's they don't know that a unit is closer. I don't think that technically matters.
And they're not considered adjacent in V4 because the cliff, right?
Correct. I think think you would have to. I think you can designate the building in T1. Let's see here.
Yeah, I mean,
Upgrade. You could technically low crawl. I guess there's that too. Low crawl's probably not a good idea though.
yeah, I mean, I can't do it without getting interdicted.
Yeah, that's the issue. V6 is.
I mean, I guess I could. Well, I can't really. There's nothing to bypass there.
So actually, so as long as you can get there is what matters, right? So I think you could actually be safe. I'm just trying to think of abilities.
No, I can't really because W3 can be fired at from X4. There's a clear line of sight there. V3 has
W3.
Clear line.
Oh no, wait, W3 isn't clear. Shit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not clear because the unit in X4 can see it. They have a clear line of sight there. V3 is under interdiction from V6, so I think they surrender. I think that's what their cause. Actually,
Yes.
I think U4 is also surrendering, yeah. So.
Yeah, actually, yeah. They would surrender. And I think W4 would have to surrender as well. Not the leader, of course. Just the okay. Prisoners, those guys are a half squad. So I'll just dump the half squad to the half squad.
Oh no, that's a full squad. So yeah.
Yeah, but if W3 surrenders, I guess is the thing, then I would capture him with the half squad in X4.
Yeah. All right. So that's a half squad. We'll put them in the prisoners. No.
I think that's it for routes.
Yeah. Somebody else has got to go.
All right, advances.
Come on down.
I don't know how to do this. I'm not gonna bother splitting them. I have to go through here. T4 and T5 are both gonna go to U5.
Okay.
X4 without the prisoners will go into X3. Same thing with Corporal Gantula. Gantulga, sorry. Do I risk this?
Yes, do it.
If I want them moving for it, I probably should. Half squad with the prisoners in X4 goes to Y4. So you can always try to kill your own prisoner or your own guys. Those guys can't do anything. These guys are not really stuck, but
Come on, jump into the foxhole. You know you want to do it.
oh yeah, that's happening. I'm just trying to think of the other one thing I want to do. That guy has to move, so I should move this guy. CC8 to CC7. Can't move. Oops. V8. I'm going to have the leader and the squad go into U8. Now squad will stay in the rubble. S7, they'll all go into T6. And I think that's it. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be dumb, but why not? The half squad will go to W8. CC phase. We'll go left to right, I guess. So here, it's not woods, so there's no ambush. What is the rolls here? So, CC, I'll be fighting at a 4-3 with flat modifiers, since there's a +1 for CC, but -1 for the leader.
All right, so that's a 4-3 is what, 1-1?
Yes. Unfortunately.
And I am fighting at, well, full defense, right? Still means full defense.
It's full defense, but half attack. So, if you're targeting the infantry, it'd be 1-2. If you're attacking both, it's 1-4.
Yeah, we'll attack the infantry.
Alright, so CC. No, that's a miss.
That's a kill.
God damn it. Do that. Melee with the berserkers. I'm still at a 1-2.
When do they lose their berserk?
Until they kill somebody.
Ah, okay. So you're at 1-2. I am at 2-1.
Mm-hmm. So close.
No, still going.
That'll be forever, I think. We'll do the Corporal, Gantulga, and Squad.
We need an ambush here. There's woods.
Yes, so there is an ambush. There's no... I don't think there's even a modifier for a hero. It doesn't look like it. So, ambush. Nothing. So I'm at a 4-3, so 1-1 with a -1 for heroic.
And I will attack just the infantry squad.
So that's a CR, so your guys half squad. And then the melee in AA3, that's ongoing. I'm at a 1-2. Come on, so close. Damn.
6. I am at a 1-1, so yeah, that's nothing.
Barely missed again. That's it. Rally phase. Or weather, and then rally phase.
Oops. Sorry. You hit the wrong X.
What, you X out of the game or something?
I was trying to X out of the charts and missed and hit the vassal X, but I didn't cancel it. So no weather change, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So rally phase. Whee! I actually don't think I have anybody that's still broken. When do pins come off?
Oh, pins come off the end of the turn.
Okay. Don't have anybody broken, but I have a bunch of broken stuff.
Yeah.
So we will start with the gun in U1.
Okay.
Yay!
Hey.
That's a bonus. The medium machine gun in Z1. Yes. And I don't think I can repair the melee, or can I?
No, I don't think you can. You can check it while I'll do my own potential rallies.
Okay, I'll go look.
BB1 can't rally, DM comes off. EE4 can't rally, DM comes off. Same thing with EE8. Z5 loses DM. Q5 I think has to keep it because he's in open ground. X8 will attempt to rally. 8, nope. Son of a bitch.
So the...
Because I think it's good order, yeah? For repairs?
Yes.
That's what it is. So because they're melee, they're not considered good order.
Yeah, so they do not get to fix that. Okay, so I think that's end of rally phase, yeah?
Yep.
Prep fire. We don't have a huge amount of prep fire left to do.
You repaired a gun and an MMG. You're fine.
No, I know, but there's just a lot less of my units floating around, put it that way.
It's okay, mine are dwindling too.
Yeah. Okay. The 336 conscripts will...
Oh, could I have
break
done that?
a bunch of dudes, but yeah, sure, we'll split it up. All right, the 336 in what is that? W7 will fire at V6, so that is going to be a 6-up-1.
Okay.
Yeah, no leader, nothing. Stack. The 347 will fire at the unit in the shell hole, so that is going to be a 6-up-1 all. So.
Mm-hmm.
7 on 6.
I think it's a PTC.
Normal morale check.
Oh, normal morale check. All right. Breaks.
Good. That I will take. All right. Now we get to be the goofy crap. Yeah, the problem is I can't see half your dudes. So unless I want to fire into my own melees and kill off my own guys.
Friendly. Okay. Just do this.
Yeah, I actually don't have a lot of shots from the guys in the back. They don't involve shooting my own troops. The 347 will fire in Z1 will fire at BB1.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 3-up-1.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 on 3 is PTC.
Well, he's broken, so he doesn't take any, but DMs.
Yeah. The medium machine gun, directed by the leader, will take a shot at EE4.
Okay.
Good, sure, why not? Is the wire a hindrance?
Nope, just 4 flat.
Okay, so 4. Well, actually 4 down 1.
It's woods.
All right. 7
PTC?
on 4 PTC. Yeah.
So, no PTC, but DMs.
Yep. That guy can't see anybody yet. Yeah, I don't think I have anybody else that can see anybody. So that's it for prep fire. Movement. The leader says, F this.
So he throws his lot in with W5.
No, I would, but I can't get up the... I can't get up the cliff. No.
Yeah, you'd have to CX just to get into X4.
Yeah, so what's... he loses a movement factor too, doesn't
he? Goes down to 3 movement factors when he's injured. Like, I think technically he's also a 7-0 and not an 8-1. It's a weird thing about Vassal.
Yeah. Okay. He is going to move to W3 for, I believe that's 2.
Yeah, that'd be 2. Can I shoot at him? Hmm, I might actually be able to. 1, 2, 3. Sure. I'll try to shoot at him with U5. Alright, cool. I'm not shooting with the half squad, just a full squad. No way.
And then, so that's 2, so 3 down into the orchard, the bear orchard.
Okay.
And I think that's as far as you can go. He's going to 3 movements. Yeah, he's running very slowly.
Hobbling along.
Yeah, I think everybody else is pretty much going to stay put, or are forced to stay put, so that's it for movement. So defense fire.
Let's see what I can pose. V6 will shoot adjacent as a 6/3. Cowers, so nothing. Leader and squad in U8 will shoot at same target as a 3/2. 6/3 PTC. That's
So that is an ELR.
no, it's TCs. You don't.
Oh, right.
Right. So and you're missing 1. Yeah. So the top 2 pin, another guys. This is a perfect lead into the most deadly attack of W8 to W7 as a 2/3. That's a miss. The machine guns in Z8 shoot at same target. It's 9 on 8. Another PTC.
If you fail a pin dash check when you're already pinned,
doesn't do anything. It's really, this is really just to generate
snipers.
Yeah, potential snipers.
All right, so it's -1 morale. So they're at a 6. 6 or less. So they fail.
Yeah. Cool. That would have been really handy last turn. I would have been able to assault move into that.
Anybody else?
I don't think anybody else can, unfortunately. So, advanced fire phase.
I still don't have any targets, so there is none. Route phase.
I don't think you have any routes.
I do not. No.
This guy's fine where he is. EE4 is fine where he is. Q5, I don't think he can see either U1 or T2. String it. Yeah, so he can't see either one. So he's going to route to Q4 and stop there.
Okay.
And that's it for... Oh, Shellhole guy has to route to Rebel.
Yep, I think that's it. So, advanced phase. And I think that's all I can advance with. Yep. Now comes the fun. Melee. Let's just go. There's. So, I am attacking you. So you have what? Get that CX out of there. Yeah. So that's a 3-1. If I'm reading that correctly.
Yep. And I'll be at a 1-4 with a -1.
Why are you at 1-4?
Because I'm.
Oh, right. There's no 1-3. No.
Yeah.
I'm a dingus. All right. So let's see, 3-1. No, you live.
No, I'm off. I'm off by 1 for a casualty reduction. That sucks.
Yeah. So there's
just a leader with a TT-33 just blasting away.
Berserk guys, who I will laugh hilariously if they manage to stay berserk the entire time.
They probably will.
Yeah, I am at a 2-1.
I don't want a 2.
So 2-1. Nope.
Nope.
Alright, so they stay where they are. The hero fun. This is going to be ugly for me. We will attack the hero because sure, why not?
Can you? Hold on. I always forget if it's leader or if heroes are eligible single targets. CC. Is it hero? SSR. Oh. Hero DRM. Oh, heroes are automatically stealthy. I did not know that. That's cool. Is it SMC? Any SMC, strength of 1, may attack alone, but if it defends alone.
So is it one of those I can't attack him if he with the unit kind of things?
So, yeah, I wasn't sure if this applied to heroes or not. Because I know with regular leaders, essentially I would have to declare the hero to fight alone. For him to be able to be targeted alone, which is a little strange.
Nah, I mean it kind of makes sense. He's mixed in there. So all right, so I'm at a 1 to 3.
Yeah, but I kind of figured like a hero is like stands out, you know. So maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, it's ASL. So I'm at a 1 to 4. I believe you are at 4 to 1.
4 to 1 with a -1 for the hero.
Yeah. So nothing for me. Do you eliminate me? Yes.
Finally. Just in time to get shot out by the Sangar gun there.
Yes, I'm actually not all that depressed about that, but you know. All right, and finally the other melee. I'm at 1. You are at 1 to 2.
1 to 2. Yeah.
Ooh, I gotcha.
Son of a bitch! I'm off by 1 so many times.
Oh yay! That makes me happy. We have held the right flank temporarily. But now that machine gun can actually be fired at something, for God's sake. All right. I think that's it for melee, for close combat. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's over to you. There you go.
All right. Weather, no change. Rallies.
Who's gonna get the self rally?
I think I'm gonna go DC boy over here. Hey, just barely. I'm also gonna try and rally X8. Hey, finally.
Yeah.
Only 3 turns on that guy. Everybody else is gonna lose DM. And I'm also gonna transfer the prisoners from the full squad to the half squad.
Gotcha. All right. I have some dudes.
Do I have a broken MG? Oh, right. I also have X3. I'm going to try and repair. All right. Gone.
I actually don't think I have anything to do for rallies. Yeah, anything to do for rallies.
Lucky you.
I mean, it's, you know, I'm getting down to the dregs here of this thing. So don't, I think the Encircle guys lose their pin.
Yes, yeah. Pins come. I took them off.
I think otherwise everybody is copacetic. No broken weapons. Because I managed to repair all. Well, the one that is broken is locked in place, so there's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't do anything with it. So yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. This guy's back. I could get. MMGs are going to continue their usual 8 up 3. That's nothing. Not even rate of fire. God.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, my MMGs typically run really cold. It's annoying, and then I get like 9 9s in a row for morale checks. Oh no, I'll keep complaining because apparently that sometimes turns things around. U8 will shoot at the building W7, so it's a 3-up-2. That's a miss. V6 makes the same shot, 6-up-3. That's definitely a miss.
Come on, half squad, you can do it. Snake eyes again.
No, because on IFT they would be they'd cower to nothing. Actually, they wouldn't counter nothing, but I wouldn't get anything. There's no way I could get anything out of it. Because it'd be an automatic 5 regardless.
Is Corporal Gantulga gonna do anything?
Yeah, he's gonna run around. He's gonna be a hero. He's gonna run. He's gonna go into Y3, immediately get go berserk thanks to the 8 shots at him.
Yes. Well, you know.
Yeah, you know what? I'm moving phase. The full squad in U5 goes to T5 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then S6 for 3.
Okay.
Yeah, S6 for 3. And it stays there. The half squad in W8 advances or assault moves into the shell hole.
Okay.
The full squad in X8 will assault move into W9.
Okay.
The leader will normal move into W9.
Okay.
And continue into V9 for 3.
Okay. The first line squad will fire at him there. Why not?
Okay.
So 3, you're in the clear, so down 2.
+1 for encircle.
Right, so 3 down 1.
5 on 3.
5 on 3.
Probably normal morale.
Normal morale check.
And breaks. The MMG and squad, or crew, crew will assault move into CC6.
Okay. Hold on. Yes, the squad in the foxhole in AA3 will fire at them.
Okay.
Range is 4. You are assault moving and you're up, so flat?
+1.
It's either flat or +1, yeah.
Yeah, it's +1.
So 6 +1. Ugh.
I'll take it. I gotta get lucky at some point.
Oh, I think you're just fine.
No, I'm not winning. I'm not lucky enough. Alright, that guy's first variance, that's good, I guess. Yeah, that's the play. Z5 to Z4 for 2. 3.
The machine gun unit will fire at them.
Okay.
So it's just going to be 6 down 2, I think.
Oh, right. AA3. Sorry, when you said machine gun, I thought you were talking about Z1. Yeah, so it's doubled halved. So 6 down 2. Always fucking low numbers. Always a goddamn low number. Oops.
Oh wait, is that intensive fire?
It wouldn't matter.
Okay.
It'd be sustained fire, I guess, technically.
So does that leave residual?
Yeah. Yeah, you always leave residual. unless you cower, or if you aren't considered to have taken a shot. I guess is the other one. Gantulga in X3 goes to Y4, Y3 for 1.
The BD machine gun and the squad will fire at them.
And the squad, okay.
Sure, yes. So 7 down 3.
From Z1, it'll be because it's at the height advantage. So non-assault movement and leader is -2, and then +1 for height advantage, so -1.
So down 1. So 7 down 1. That's a 3 on 7, K/2.
Check for wounded. He's dead because I hate these side your low numbers.
And that's going to be
squad in X3 goes to W3 for 1.
Sorry, let me just contemplate for a moment.
Yep.
Yes, the gun will fire at him.
Okay.
So, is that an assault move or a regular move?
It's a regular move.
Okay. So it's going to be 8, -1 for non-assault movement. Range doesn't matter at this point. I think it's just down 1.
Check it just in case because it's out of season orchards, yeah. So it'll probably be a +1 for hindrance.
Well, that gun is actually up, so.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so they're technically on the same level, so I don't know if the orchard affects. Doesn't look like
No, it should mark it if it was.
Yeah. So I think it's just down 1. So. Ooh, nice.
Well, that's a crit, so he's dead. Or guaranteed to be dead.
So what doubles it to 28?
Yep.
Let's see. 8 on 28 is 3 MC.
And works.
And that's rate, so sure. No, you know what, we'll hold up.
He wouldn't be able to shoot anyways because he only spent 1 movement.
Yeah, so. All right.
How lucky can you keep getting? Half squad, Y4 to X3 for 1.
Oh, human shields? Oh, you jerk. Yeah, nothing.
X2 for 2.
I can't well, Jesus. Yeah, no, go ahead.
X1 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
And X0 for 4.
Okay.
Last guy. Can I think I can.
Don't forget the wagon.
Don't forget the what?
The wagon.
It'll be fine.
Do you have a wagon just loaded with
U5 to V4 for 1. Actually, sorry. Yeah, he'll do that.
Oh my god. Okay.
V3 for 2.
Yeah.
V3 2 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
W2 for 4.
All right.
And then late CX. Oh wait, I could technically overrun that. Infantry overrun. When's the last time I did infantry overrun? There's only one known enemy SMC. Oh, it's double the cost. I'm one short. That sucks. Alright. They'll go to X1. Okay. And that's it. Defense fire.
Don't actually think I can see, but gun can't fire anybody. Yeah, no defense fire. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me back that up. All right, yeah, I got a fire, so just leave it. The units in W7 are going to fire en masse at V6. So it's going to be 6.
I think I just realized something that I really hate.
What?
I think for whatever reason, I don't know how the fuck did I confuse that at the start of today.
Did we flip sides?
I think we flipped counters. Yes, I think it was supposed to be start with you because you're the Red Russians. So why wouldn't you have the red star? I hate how there's no Mongolian side or whatever, and I would have put Mongolians as having the weird one. I'm sure.
All right, man. Do you want to call a misfire on this?
I mean, I'm gonna consider it a loss no matter what. Because I'm trying to think of like, I don't think I can get 30 VP out of this. Like
yeah, I think you pretty much have to capture all the buildings. That's the key.
But I also don't have enough firepower to do it. Like I'm still stuck trying to get this building, and I think I did the same mistake in another scenario, another attacking scenario. I don't think it was the Japanese one where I was like I could try to set fire to shit, but kept mucking that up. Where like I came all on one side, and I really think that like the more and more I play some of these scenarios from this pack, I think it's really more and more designed to be able to come from multiple sides and take advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean that's why I had that gun and those MMGs up top, really expecting you to come in like right on top of like S1, S2, S3 somewhere in there, and come rolling over that. I mean that's why that wire's over there, just to make it a little slightly more difficult for your cavalry, because your cavalry charges through that. So, yeah, no, I was very much expecting units to come in from that side, certainly, if for nothing else than to make a break for those buildings up there and get out. Like basically just clear off maybe that one side and then wheel up and go out the exit just to get it. I think I figured out that you can get something. I figured it was 26 or 28. Like you can get just shy if you manage to exit every last guy. You get just shy of your victory. So then it becomes a question of what else you've captured at that point, or how much. I guess how much harm you've inflicted it.
Right.
This one was going to be a little bit of a hard.
We're playing backwards. Fuck.
Sorry, man.
No, that's me. Like I was looking at I looked at the counter and I was like, yeah, that's got to be it. It's got to be like, I put the red Russian symbol, not realizing whatever. That sucks. That's
next time we got to put a little note next to it. Which side is whose before we.
Well,
yeah. So Z1 was my other fortified building, so that.
Oh yeah.
That was going to be a little bit of a bitch.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, you probably should have seized the artillery and turned it around. Like, it would make it a little bit easier.
So the only reason I didn't was because I was like, I don't have a crew, so I would lose. I would basically lose out on its effectiveness. I was also using the wrong crew counters. Cool. But like not having a crew for them, it just makes them that much worse. And I figured like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. This is
Also,
it's a tough one to defend. Like I said, I was a little bit surprised when you dumped everybody on turn 1 on that side, but it worked out because it meant that it was going to be very tough for you to kind of make it up to the top. Like you're running into time pressure here. You have a lot kind of floating around down south, but not much strength going on up top.
yeah, also, that was the other thing that messed me up. I was like, oh, don't I have Assault Fire? And I was just thinking Red Russians. I was like, no, Mongolians have it. And it's like, oh, yeah, you're right. Huh, I guess it would have been useful for me to have. And I'm Mongolians, and I would have
Yeah.
had, I should have been calculating Assault Fire.
Yeah.
I could have had, like, so
Yeah,
much
yeah.
more firepower and stuff. Although I wouldn't have been able to fire group, so I guess it cancels out some things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting little scenario.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to defend the middle part of the map. Like that little village down on the bottom there is a little bit of a trap, I think.
So I feel like because you can rubble the buildings, I don't really think it like you really need to care about it all that much.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of my thought. I was basically hoping to kind of hit where it is and just kind of tie you up because it's a short scenario. I mean, it's only what 5.5 turns.
Hmm.
So you really got to be cranking, and you really do have to capture almost every building, if not every building.
Well, if you get all the buildings, you double them, right? So
Yeah.
there's that.
So capturing the building, let me back that up. If you capture all the buildings, you win pretty much. Like if you can get anybody out, you're gonna win. I think. So it's gonna be very close. Yeah.
So you can rubble 2 buildings, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the map. So, you get 4 points for total for the buildings, or non-fortified buildings. 6 points for the fortified buildings, so it's 10. And then double it, so you can get to 20, and then it's a matter of killing because you could just kill units regularly.
Yeah, so you can kill units and get some points there, or you can run, have your cavalry sprint off the top of the board and get out, and then you get 10 of those guys off the board, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And then the Sangers are a little bonus. Like depending on where they are, I think it's a little bit difficult. Like I gotta say, I regret putting them up as far as I did, but I kind of had no choice. 'Cause they're really...
I'm not sure if U4 would have been a bad idea. I could see T6 being a good one too, because you could just you could look down on everything else. But I kind of
the problem with U4 and T6 is that if you come in from the backside, it's a very quick run to get up on top of you, and those guns are probably going to be pointing toward the kind of the down right generally.
Sure.
So yes, you can pull them around, but you're basically going to get one off. They're going to be hit with whoever. So that was my thinking. Was I kind of wanted to put them in.
You put the trencher. You put a trencher foxhole in S7, and then have T6 be the gun position.
T6 S7. Yes, yeah. I mean,
one way to look at it.
In hindsight, I probably would have pulled the fortified buildings up at the top and moved some units around, like maybe just left some conscripts down there to speed up it while you
Max
prevent you from doing that. Yeah, like I said, it's a kind of an interesting scenario. The terrain is interesting enough that it's the sight lines are kind of long because you can get up pretty high.
Yeah,
but they're not as long as you would think, and there's some weird quirks like that stupid orchard and some of the woods will do weird things in there. Yeah, like I was laughing because I had actually bore sighted onto EE4 with the crew in AA4, but obviously they got nuked right off the bat.
Right.
Like I was kind of expecting a little bit more of a push across the top.
Yeah, when I saw your setup, I was like, I'm not gonna I'm so against using cavalry just because of the minuses involved. I hate it. I just feel like my luck, I would just get mulched.
It was more like I was expecting a push through the north to simply clear to the exit location, and then maybe run cavalry down around the south,
Yeah.
To just kind of mop up whatever's going on down there. So the Cavs' big advantage is it can run really fast, and you can move across, the bottom part of the board pretty much with impunity.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't think it gets you that far.
Well, I mean, the
It's the one
cavalry
problem.
could pretty much run like across the board in a couple turns. I guess what I'm saying is if they've got the longer one, they've got the to do it.
So the problem would be moving in woods isn't all that fast for cavalry. I think it's 4. You can't gallop in woods, and I think it's 4 for to get in.
Still, compared to the infantry, they're quite quick. You know, or maybe you run the you do some like you were doing like some guys down here. It depends on how much I've got down in this village, which is a little bit of a gamble there. But yeah,
the infantry.
I would say is
infantry would just be 1, so you're probably actually faster for infantry.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. So you would push forward with the infantry to kind of get me engaged, and then run the cavalry through to kind of the infantry is screening or basically locking me in place, and then the cavalry is going to come rolling around.
I think the other thing I didn't capitalize on, I probably should have thought about it more, was the panic rule. I think if I'd like just opened up with a group of 3 cavalry units, like getting them to a spot and then declaring, because I think I could do cavalry charge or cavalry wave.
Yeah.
So I think I probably should have done a cavalry wave against a target, and then like as they're running, they could be in separate hexes and not be super vulnerable.
Yep.
And I also like you get 5 stupid concealment counters. It's like, all right, they're not going on cavalry because I need those to move, and I guess I'll put them in a wagon, whatever.
It's kind of a weird thing. Like I would have maybe reinforced the fight in W5, like a squad in there. I don't know, that might have been because I don't know if it's a 2 out of the 3 or all of the singers.
2 or more singers.
Yeah, so if you do that, that's like what, a good
1 LVP.
Is it just 1? Why do it's more? I thought it was more. I thought it was more.
You kind of think so, because you could split them out further, right? But whatever. I also like how it says like 2 or more. It's like, yeah, you're not getting more than 1 point anyways for it, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, that was kind of my thinking. Just because they're useful for the guns. I don't know. This is an interesting scenario. I'm sorry we screwed it.
No. That's not a problem. Besides, like the way we're playing it, like it would have only really come into play, I guess, at the end technically. And yeah, I was with the losses I was taking in the last 2 turns. Like I lost 2.5 squads, not counting the previous ones, and then another hero and a half. So
yeah, I mean, I think you might have been able to take T1. You've got enough strength down in the southern part of the board there to the bottom part of the board there that I think you probably could have taken it. But it would have been like a last turn thing, and I gotta be honest, without some lucky die roll, I don't think you would have gotten it to Z1. You just don't have one. So
yeah, I don't think I was gonna get there. Getting what was it, like 5 rolls in a row under 5 or less?
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
that last charge over the Y4 Z4 hill where those guys just got gunned down mercilessly.
Even before, like when the first turn, when it was like, all right, get a roll an 8, a 9, a 10, 11, a 10. It's like
yeah. Weirdly, we didn't have very many snipers. I think we had 1 sniper. You got 1.
This entire thing, yeah, and I think it was one of mine. Oh yeah, it was this guy. I pinned the crew or something.
I'm very happy I got to use my bore-sighted gun. Thank you very much.
That was last year.
I don't know why I feel like bore sight is just such a useless piece of shit. Like it's at least on these maps. I'm sure it makes much more sense on like urban maps and shit where you can put it on like.
Oh yeah. Like there's some maps. There's some dumb maps where it's like you get the bore sight because as long as they're coming from off board, it's like a general rule that you can bore sight. So like, imagine a scenario where there's a bridge you need to cross.
Yeah.
And you get the bore sight, and it's like, all right.
Yeah. No,
I know what's going first.
I was kind of looking at that, and I was like, okay. I mean, I guess that's nice, but I gotta guess where he's gonna show up. There's a lot of
Well,
places.
so the thing you do is if you have, and this is why like I really think that checking the hip rules for in place guns is something you should read again, because imagine if you had, let's say your gun is in a V0 or whatever is like the closest, and you bore sight W1.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm not arguing with that. Um, I don't know. For me, the deal with the guns, I like the range. I like to be able to reach out and touch guys that are otherwise going to be running around my infantry.
Hmm.
I don't know. It feels a little weird to be using them at close range. I actually think the 76s are a bit of a cheat. Like I feel like they're actually really goddamn powerful.
Oh,
Um,
that's just my unlucky unluck or non-luck.
I mean, yeah, they're. I don't know. I like them. The other the other choice is really weird. Like a really heavy gun, and yeah, what was it? It was a 37, which is useless. Um,
The high rate of
and
fire is nice.
I guess I don't. I think 4 firepower is too low. Um,
Yeah, but
that's my problem with it. Is yes, you're going to get a lot of shots off, but you're not really. You gotta at best a 50-50 shot of doing something. So
well, so the way I look at it is that, especially since like I haven't used it nearly as much, so I don't feel like I have as much experience with it. But you can get critical hits a lot easier with shots versus infantry. So you could theoretically get like a lot more critical hits, and you're turning your 4 firepower into 8, which isn't it's not the best thing in the world, but it's still good, right?
yeah, I don't know. Let me back that up. Thinking about it, if I had 2 or 3 37 millimeters,
Hmm.
yes. Like if I could kind of treat them like medium machine guns or in that kind of range with just a very long range kind of thing,
Right.
then yes, I feel like they're much more useful. But just onesie twosie, I don't know. It feels
Yeah.
like a little less useful to me, just in general. You're basically going to get one, maybe 2 shots probably. And yes, you can crit, but eh. So I mean it's what half the number.
Yeah. Well, half or below of the final.
So it's going to be 4 generally because your infantry is going to be 8 at less than 6 range. So, yeah. So you're looking at that's a pretty dinky chance on 2d6. I mean, it's not nothing, but
Well, look, if you can get a potential crit on 4 or less, it's better than 2 only.
yeah,
Once we
no,
start
that's
getting
true.
vehicles, it'll be like, I can only crit on a 2.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. I'm sure I will find uses for them. It's kind of like one doesn't feel like enough. I like the 6. It's got a nice. It's kind of a nice medium piece,
Yeah.
And in this one, I felt like I was going to need. Uh, I wanted to really be hitting hard when I hit, just to make sure that I was doing. I was going to be doing some damage.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and what else? Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird map. Like the terrain is kind of interesting. We had a lot of kind of that middle part of the map just turned into a real slugfest, didn't
I'm sad I didn't get to use any DCs.
it? You
That's
trying to
like
blow up my foxholes? Is that the idea?
I wanted to throw one at W7, but I was like, I want to draw away the firepower from Z1.
Yeah,
Like I wasn't even going for the foxhole. It's just like if I want to if I want to prevent you from shooting anybody else, I need to go through Y2 or Z2, and you'd already shot it at Y3. So I was like, all right, I gotta.
yeah.
I didn't want
Um,
to take residual because that wasn't gonna work.
yeah, I gotta say, I'll be very happy when cavalry go away, though. They're never going to go away, are they?
Well, so it'll get better in that you have like better units, and not to like poo-poo too much, Le Franceur, I'm sure that these scenarios, like we're getting to the end, right? This
Yeah,
is we only have 4 more scenarios in this pack, and I feel like the further we've gotten into this pack, the less play tested they seem to have been,
yeah,
which makes sense. Like you can't expect them to want to play test all these, but uh, yeah, like I feel like some of the scenarios will probably be better, or there
yeah.
might be
Looking
more
at this one,
classic. cavalry scenarios.
I think they need to drop the victory points to maybe 20. 20 or
Hmm.
24.
I'd say at least 25. 26, 25 for sure.
Well, I don't know, because they're only counting infantry, exiting infantry as half. Like that really kind of cuts into it a bit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you do nothing but, you can't win. If you get your entire force through this without taking a single casualty and get them off the board, you lose, which seems weird.
Well, so you got to count. So let's say like, if we look at it, right? Even if you took, because you'd have half for infantry, so you get 15 points, 16 total if you just include the infantry. Presumably you would kill something. You'd still need to kill 7 units, I guess. 7 squads or 7 units. So.
Well, but that's the thing. If you're charging to get guys out, you're not hanging around. You're
but that's kind of that's what this 5.5 turns are for, right? You wanna get some attacks in.
Yeah.
Although you also lose like 2 turns for movement, but if you want to start from a non.
It's a little high. Like it's not tuned quite right. Like it needs to be dropped a little bit, or something else. Like the buildings need to be bumped up, or the sangers need to be bumped up, or something. Just to give a few more options for it. Because really, it boils down to you gotta capture everything, you gotta exit
a lot,
like half your force off the board.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a real tough ask, particularly given the terrain. I mean, there's a lot of choke points. Like, I could have bore sighted V3, for example. Or those hexes coming out, and coming up those roads is going to be difficult. So you're going to be forced to go over the things. Though I was very annoyed that you can only bore sight with crews.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the interesting part. The bore sight is not connected to the gun; it's connected to the crew.
Well, they're the pros,
Yeah, but only the 227. The 127 here and the 126 doesn't. This guy back here doesn't get the bore sight.
I feel like it's waived isn't it? In the PDF, in the special rules.
No, that's the SSR is only 227s before sight.
Oh, whoa! Almost died there.
You all right?
Yeah, I'll make it.
I think that's an interesting one. I don't think, to be honest, I think the force levels are about right. It was getting a little hairy for me there. I mean, I'm down to like 4 squads and a bunch of dudes, and about half of those guys are locked in melee.
Yeah, that T6, that lucky roll that killed out the squad, that was a bummer for me.
Yeah.
That one was like, all right, well, it's like I gotta send the squad in S6 to go supplement, because or else I'm losing that leader.
Well, I don't know. Given our rolls, that guy is gonna go through several reloads on his forever. Or whatever the hell he's using.
It's like when he dies, I'll write up the story as he ran out of ammunition.
Yeah,
like in a zombie movie. Yeah.
So yeah, I like I said, it's got some interesting tactical stuff. I think it would have been quite different had you come in from multiple sides.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a thing I need to pay more attention to or focus more on.
I read that. You came over and I was like, okay, that's weird. That's but okay. No, this is fine. Like I said, of the this is kind of the closest to a good, well balanced scenario. What are the balance mechanisms for it? Just dropping?
I think it's just points. I think that's typically what it is.
Oh no, the first one for the for the Red Russians, they only freak out on the first turn.
In SSR4 change to turn. Oh, yeah, okay. And then the other one, it's raise the VC. Oh right. raise how many I can lose by a squad, and lower by how much I need to win by a squad and a thing. Alright.
Looking at it, I think the balanced VC for that should probably be
The standard.
the standard.
Yeah.
Something else for the balance there.
Yeah. Well, in any case, next one's Visions of Grandeur. What do we got here? This one's going to be complicated just because there's 3 things that need to be done. Also, I thought I was thinking the wrong thing. I think you might have. No, never mind. I was thinking of a different thing. So I had like thought that you wouldn't have control of certain buildings because of the way that my setup area was, but it isn't the case. But regardless, I'm not gonna change the setup I had. It just means I might have to change a couple. Like once we play it, I might have to change a couple symbols right at the start because I think it was marking building control.
Yep, no worries.
Other than that, loading and unloading or unhooking and hooking up a gun will probably be the only important thing I can think of with as the attacker.
Nope, not at all. Nope.
Unless like you don't want to bother, I guess.
No, it's not towed.
You can't tow it?
It's, well, you don't have to tow it because you don't have to tow it.
Right, because you can move it, manhandle it, but
no, you can importate it, so it just plops onto the wagon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's special rule, or it's rule number 3 in the pack, like the 2nd or 3rd page, I forget what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the 37 millimeters can be imported. You just can't fire it while it's imported. I'd have to dump it off to actually fire it. But if I just want to roll it through, yeah, it's
right,
it just
right.
gets stuck on top of the wagon.
Interesting. A lot of LMGs, a lot of MMGs, 1 DC, boo.
Yeah.
10 down 2 leader though. That guy is going to be important.
Yes, he is, because if he gets captured and run off, it's like, forget it.
Oh, well, I mean, you'd have to put your guy in a position to be captured.
Well, I have to. That's the thing. I have to run through to head off to get through. So...
It's 10 VP. Cavalry. If you can get 5 cavalry units off, you're fine.
Well, and I also have to kill 30. I have to get more than 30 VP or CVP.
Yeah, getting all of it's gonna be tough, but it's also 8.5 turns, so we're gonna have to be in it for the long run on that one.
Yeah, and it's a lot of units.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
It makes sense for the high CVP stuff. It gives you a lot of targets to shoot with and to kill on my end.
Yeah, the fun part is both of our ELRs are 2. So
yeah,
it's just gonna be, oh boy.
Yeah, it'll be like, all right, well, this first line squad becomes second line, or actually it's Italian. I think they become immediate conscripts. Where's Italians? Italian squads. Yeah, immediately turn into conscripts. That's gonna suck. At least your first line guys, I think, go to second line.
Well, we're treated as Axis miners, so I don't know.
It's always based on the squad availability. Oh no, you go to conscripts too.
They're treated as Russians. I'm sorry, because I'm white Russians, Mongolians, I believe.
Yeah, but it's always based on the like the nationality of the squad, like the squad types you're using. If you're using Axis miner, then the ELR works the same way. So your guys also ELR to conscripts. We both have sands of 4 too. This is gonna be terrible.
Well, see, that's what's weird, because I don't know if that's the case. I think they're treated as Russians for ELR because, for example, if you look back on the chart on, sorry, on page 7, you guys have, the Red Russians have an explicit ELR reduction, and I don't. The White Russians do not. They're just treated as Russians. So that's actually an interesting question: is how are they treated?
Oh, so yeah, so the counters they use are Axis Minor. The treated as Russian is just for any of the other stuff, like you can't deploy for free. If you go into the what is it, nationality distinctions page, A25, you'd use whatever the stuff there is. But since you're using different counters, you use that sort of ELR setup. That's basically the only.
Well, yeah. So
thing
what
to
is
keep
the
in mind.
Russian ELR? I guess what is their setup?
So, for using white or the White Russians, because they use Axis miners, if you go all the way to the bottom, uh, it shows the chain. But the main thing to always keep in mind is when you ELR, you're essentially going to the next lowest. Um, you just can't have any number go up. So, for example, um, if uh, if a conscript's if their firepower was 5, which doesn't make any sense, but if you had a first line squad having firepower 3, but a conscript squad going at 5, they wouldn't be able to ELR because you'd be going up a value. There's a better way to look at it. Let me see here. I think the Germans have a really good one. Um, yeah, so the Germans have elite squads that are 838s. If an 838 squad ELRs, they can't go to first or second line squads. They would go straight to conscript. Unless they have like a special rule which would like maybe dictate they change to something else, strictly because they can't have any value go up. So a first line squad has more range, second line squad has more range, so you lose a lot of firepower if those guys ever ELR. I actually don't think they can, just because they have an underlying morale, but whatever. The point remains that you can't go up the value. So I guess a 548 is probably a better example. You wouldn't be able to ELR from like a 548 to 468, or a 548 to 467 is there. That's the correlation. You go from 548 to 447 immediately.
Yep. No. Well, fair enough. Yep. Well, that will be interesting.
So we're nearing the end, and then we can finally do like Chinese versus Chinese and stuff, and way more vehicles and I think the first scenario, I think it's the first scenario of let me pull it up here. I know I saw it somewhere. Because we'll get to do one of the sides that we're coming up on has air support,
Oh Lord.
and air support is super cool, and I love using it. Shit, I don't have a column for air support. That sucks. Yeah, I think it might be. It's probably like 15 scenarios from now or something, unless there's one sooner. But yeah, once we get to air support's cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we'll get a few. I don't know. I personally like a little bit bigger maps. I think.
Yeah, we got one. It's in a little bit, but I think it's 3 maps. So that one will be pretty big. Which one is this?
I mean, the one we're coming up
FT-131.
on next is actually pretty large. So.
Yeah, it's 2 full boards. I'm just trying to see if this other one. First Soviet loss. This is, oh yeah, this is almost 3 boards. We're coming up on, I'll send this to you in Discord. We're coming up to this real soon. If it chooses to play display, there you go. Lot of hills, 3 maps.
Is it defending the the village in the middle?
I don't know what it is. All I know is that there are no tanks. There's a lot of... These numbers have to be wrong. That's a lot of defenders. Now I really want to know what this scenario is.
Are you gonna get some artillery? That feels like the counter to.
Oh, you know what? I didn't check. No, there's no artillery. 7 turns. Scenarios. FT-180. There we go. First Soviet loss. Nope, this one is going to be a slaughter.
Jesus.
Defenders have 15 squads and a mortar and 2 LMGs, so can't forget that. Versus 25 squads and 2 artillery pieces.
Ugh.
What the fuck?
Well, yeah. How big are the artillery? 76s?
37s. They're the piddly ones we were talking about.
Yeah, totally.
The side with most VPs at game end wins. VPs are earned in 2 ways for the Chinese Guomingdong, and 3 ways for the Red Chinese. CVP, you get points at the end of every turn for the stone buildings you own, so that's gonna be good. And then Red Chinese get points if they exit units off of any 3 sides. What?
So the Red Chinese are in the village, I'm guessing? The others, the Guomindang, are...
What's the map like? So... the defenders all start in the middle, yeah. Oh, they screwed this up the way that it... that's dumb. The scenario card I have, it says Red Chinese set up first. Oh, do they... Oh, wait, no, they might actually mean this. Oh, this is rare. You, like, never see this. Red Chinese set up first, and Red Chinese moves first.
Huh.
Usually they don't write it the way that it's written. They usually put it both in the same row.
Yeah. Interesting. So I'm guessing the Red Chinese have the...
Yeah, so
the other 3...
So the Red Chinese are literally in the middle board, and the Guomindang are in the bottom and top boards.
Yeah, so...
But you can exit off the east side. So you can kind of get the short way.
So yeah, so you can just go straight across from the village straight along that middle board to the other side. Yeah, so so that's kind of the balancing act, I guess, for the Red Chinese is, you know, how long do we stick in the village and before we make our break for the exit?
Yeah, exactly. If you want to make an exit, you get depending on who's the attacker and how the dice play out.
Yeah, you may just slaughter them as they try and run in. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm with you. That's going to be interesting. Oh, we're going to get dare death squads.
No, actually, I think that's the one thing. It says the Guomindang troops are you know, G18.2, but it says exception, dare death are not available.
But they are for the Red Chinese.
I don't think Red Chinese get dare death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's the caveat.
Huh. Well, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Once we get there.
A lot of breaking troops.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it's gonna be a right.
Oh, just wait till the day we make it to like Germany, 1945, where like you have Hitler Youth and conscripted guys everywhere. It's like literally anytime you get shot at, they just break. Waves of Italians in Greece that are all just like flopping to the ground because they all just stuck.
Well, I've got, you know, hey, believe me, we've been floating around with a bunch of conscripts. It's been kind of an interesting fit, and Jesus, the Americans.
Hey,
It's
look,
morale my ass.
they rally quickly. They'll be fine.
Yeah, well.
They get the most leaders too, so you always have the you have a lot of opportunity to rally.
Yeah, no, I just it feels weird. It feels like a
Yeah.
very wearaboo take, you know, to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Which I guess is to be expected for the time frame that ASL came in. You know, and Lord can't mess with the grogs. Oh man, I cannot imagine the howls from the ASL community if they started effing with the morale values and firepower.
Oh, you'd never be able to fix it. I think at this point it's too set in stone. It's like people already complain about how good the Finns are. The Finnish troops are like superhumans. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was reading something. I saw some post from some dude, and he's like, "Yes, I have 28,000 ASL counters." Just like,
Yeah,
what?
because that's someone who's like, I have bought every module, every version of every module ever.
Oh, did I tell you the one I had two major losses? I told you I had a flood this summer, right?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
July. So the two major losses for my gaming, aside from a ton of box stuff that a ton of books, but the two major losses were the ASL rulebook and my Lancer book. So the binder just got toasted, like it was melted together. It's so bad. So, and I gotta say I'm not gonna buy it again.
Yeah,
I've still got,
this is why you get the digital version. You're like, all right, good.
yeah, I'm fine. It's searchable. They update it regularly. They've actually come up with 7 versions of it, which is stunning to be honest.
Yeah, considering how fast everything else moves. I'm sorry, how slowly everything else moves.
Yeah, no, and they're coming out. I think it came out. They're releasing another starter kit again. I think SK2 is coming back out.
So it's an expansion to the starter kit. Yeah, it's already
Yeah,
out, I
yeah.
think.
There's something for yeah. It just came out like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, that's nice. So I'm sure we'll play those scenarios at some point.
Oh, trust me, if it's been released recently, I most likely have it. So it constantly gets added to the list.
Yeah, if there's something you need me to buy, just let me know. I gotta say, I'm not gonna be like kind of searching it out on my own. But if there's something you feel more comfortable having purchased, I got no issues with it.
No, I think for now there's so much stuff lined up that we'll be fine for a while.
Okay, yeah, no, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. If you if you feel comfortable with asking me to buy something, I got no issues with it.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm not going to be adding to my ASL collection. I got Beyond Valor and that. So,
Perfect.
Yeah, so we're on for Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much for changing, by the way.
Oh yeah, no worries. Just means I gotta talk to my my slower partner and just be like, yeah, we're not doing Tuesdays anymore.
How long does it, like, I feel like we're doing generally 3 days for these scenarios so far.
I mean, we knocked this one out in 2 sessions. Like we could have, if we were playing a little bit faster, we could have probably maybe knocked it out in one. If there was enough of a decider picked already.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine playing a scenario that has a third as many counters as we played with, maybe half, and it took, I don't know, 6 to 8 sessions.
Wow.
And it's literally just because like it'll be like a movement phase, and it's like 20 minutes later, like you've had 3 guys to move, and I'm just staring at my screen going, move him there. You can move him here. You should do this. You're going to do this. You did the thing I said you're going to do. I feel bad too, because I don't want to shit on him, and I don't want to tell him, like, you know, play faster or whatever. But I kind of, sometimes I expect him to be a little bit faster. So.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes feel like I kind of just say F it a little bit too much, and I'm not really thinking it out all that much. But on the other side, we have a lot of scenarios. I really just don't want to, like, I don't feel like it's worth over the long haul.
Fair enough.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like I'm blowing it off or not paying attention at all. But at the same time, I'm just like, I'm not going to be like, okay, yes, that's going to be 6 movement factors to here. I'm not going to, I'm not going to plan out my moves 3 turns in advance to make sure I maximize my movement, which is probably the wrong way to play. But what do you do?
Well, I mean, that's what's with more time between sessions. At least you can put a little bit more into like, thinking about what you want to do, like future moves and whatever. So there's a positive in that way,
Believe me, I actually do sit down. Like I said, when we were talking about the scenario, I thought about, okay, what's going to come in, what is he going to do, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do think about that stuff. I do find it. I find myself being very reactive.
Right.
I don't know. I don't feel ASL necessarily rewards you for planning. Like, it's kind of weird.
I think it does, but
it doesn't.
I think maybe these scenarios just aren't like the pinnacle of that experience. I think once we get to like campaigns or anything with like multiple days, that'll definitely be like the rewarding, non-rewarding side of it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like it's kind of like, okay, I can kind of figure out where he's going to come for this or attacks, but it's always going to be like the second we get into it, it's always going to be, okay, well, that whole spear point gun broken and are running back to the nearest woods. So, well, okay, now we how to get going again. Yeah, I just feel like it really kind of goes to hell a little bit quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of these scenarios are built specifically that way, but like a good example of like proper or good planning and like forethought will be not the next one we'll play, but the one after that, the Baron's Luck, because that one has a buy chart. So the defender will have a number of points that they can spend on, do you want pillboxes? You can get pillboxes. Do you want extra fortified buildings? You can do that. So.
All right. Yeah. No. Cool. Yeah. We have to see if we can get the thread involved a little more. I know there's like 2 or 3 that post it. I ping my servers that I'm on every now and then to tell them to go vote. But yeah.
Someday this will blow up. People will be like, "Oh, this guy's been doing it for 3 years or whatever." Let's make it YouTube.
We played about what 25 scenarios, something like that.
We're at what number are we at? We are at this is 25 or 24. We're going on 25.
Yeah. So
good progress, if you ask me.
We got what, about 1,000?
We have 5,000. So I forget what the number is. It's a gross number. 5,197 at last count. But I think I'm
going to read. We got to 19.
I mean, so to be fair though, the stuff I do have duplicates. So at a certain point, it will be a matter of, are we tired of playing through, June 6, 1944, because we will have a lot of scenarios on that day.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Right?
No, I have no doubt, yeah.
So it'd be like, okay, we've done 6 of these scenarios. Do you want to just like call it? But there's also going to be a couple of them, like there's actually one really, really close to now, which is, it's called Raiders of the Chaco, which is a Paraguayan versus Bolivian scenario in 1933, although the other one says 1932. I don't get why. And if I remember correctly, it's essentially the same scenario, just like slightly, maybe potentially modified. So because they're the same, it'll be a matter of like, okay, do you have here's the 2 options. Do you have a preference over which one? And if so, like, here's like, we'll just pick that one, for example.
Yeah, no, sure. Kind of representative for whatever.
Yeah, and that way, like, we can, like, even though it's technically 5,200 or whatever, we can be like, all right, we're playing 1, but we're essentially knocking 2 out of the way, right?
So, yeah, so that may be something, actually, just thinking ahead, that may be Like you can post ahead and say, okay, for this day we've got scenarios X Y Z. Um, pick one or pick two of the three or whatever you want.
Yeah.
And let them kind of decide how they want to do it.
There,
Particularly if
well,
you get to days where there's like a lot of scenarios.
yeah, I think how I'll try to have this work. So, and I mean, I'm still live streaming, so this is anybody who's listening this far. You're getting some of the magic here. I think how we'll do it is I'll I'll probably post votes so that people can pick if they want a specific scenario first on a specific day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if I can't find anything like incredibly different between two versions of a scenario, that might also like go out for grabs. Because some of them are like legitimately like they're different versions because one's better,
Yeah,
or like
fair,
one's
fair.
newer.
Yeah, and I'm perfectly fine bowing to your expertise on those. You obviously know quite a bit more about that stuff than I do. So, yeah, feel free if you want to kind of weed out the ones that you don't feel like playing. That's cool with me.
Yeah.
I'll just keep trucking along until I drop dead.
Well, we dropped that. Don't take all the glory for yourself.
Well, I'm just saying, I think I'm like at least 10 years older than you are. So, so
Yeah, but that just means you'll retire first and have way more time. Then once I retire, we'll have all the time in the world.
yeah, we can do one a day, right?
We'll just do a constant like 24/7 live stream.
Ah, shit, he's past out during the moving phase.
finally, as we've retired, we can play Stalingrad day by day.
You realize that by the time we retire and we can do this, they'll have released a complete version like of all the scenarios like automated.
Oh, for sure.
Like it'll be like the competition from Lock and Load will force them to make an automated version. Which, by the way, I highly recommend. The Lock and Load video game is actually pretty cool. The
Yeah,
scenarios are a bit tiny, but they're actually really good about releasing packs and stuff.
I've heard stuff about it. Maybe I'll give it a shot at some point.
It doesn't have the complexity of ASL, but it will
Nothing does.
Yeah.
Nothing does.
But it will be very familiar. Like there are a few leaders are more important.
Right.
Like they're actually used more in a command role as opposed to a rally role.
Gotcha.
But other than that, like I mean, Jesus, they even orient vehicles and like guns in the same way, onto like hex spines and things like that. So yeah, it's very much a stripped down ASL. I think it's more complicated than Squad Leader. I've never actually played Squad Leader, so I don't know which way it's leaning. But I feel like it's it's a step below ASL, but like what isn't. But it's still not at like a real basic level either. So
yeah.
And it very definitely has the same almost puzzle game. We've talked about this before. Almost puzzle game like feel like ASL has sometimes,
Right.
Where you really got to like figure out where you're moving, and you can't really screw around and do other things.
Yeah. Things are too tight for you to mess up.
Yeah, but I want to say the video game is actually pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's like $6 on Steam. So
yeah, and the packs are not that expensive, and they come out with them pretty. It's got a really wide range. Like it's got stuff. It's got like alt history stuff. If you're into like into that sort of thing, they've got some like alt Cold War stuff. I think.
Anytime I'm gonna win as the Germans, as we go through this, is alt history enough.
No, I mean it's like it's yeah. I mean they've got a variety of or two. They don't have World War One. Interesting. So that fun fact, but yeah, it's worth a look, particularly if you like ASL and those kind of games. It's is it going to occupy you for more than a weekend? Yeah, probably not. But it's fun and it's cheap and it's actually pretty well done. Like it's very very faithful to the board game. Like it actually shows you the dice roll and crap. Nice. So it feels a lot like that. So yeah, no, I would highly suggest giving it a look. Nice. And it's pretty, so it'll look good on your stream. So okay, yeah, I will see you on Friday night, and we'll start up with the other scenario, and I'll try and run some White Russians through your Red Russians.
Sounds good. Let me know. You should already have the save, so let me know if there's any issues or whatever.
I think I sent it back to you already, actually. Did I?
Don't know.
No, I didn't. Okay, that probably something else. I have most things done. I will take a look at it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no rush.
Yeah, I know I already put troops in. Like, I have most of the things in there.
Gotcha, right.
I can't. I have to go back and look and see if there's something.
Cool.
All right, man.
See you on Friday.
See you Friday. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, as always, thanks for watching, and see you guys Friday. Hopefully, this new schedule will stick for a little bit, and yeah, no more nights side by side. So, see you then.